Hello everyone and welcome back to another Absurd Heroine video. Sorry I've been away again. Lots of work stuff and personal stuff. My husband hit a deer, all that jazz. But you don't care about that. You care about Magic the Gathering, and I do too. So let me show you what I got here today. Today, I'm working with a Cauldron of Eternity deck, and I've been looking for an excuse to use this card and also an excuse to use this card, the Embodiment of Agonies. But first, I have to give a little bit of props to one of our viewers, Jacob Belanda. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I am completely destroying that, but they gave me a list and it was so much fun to play around with. It did have blue instead of the red. I made a couple of changes, but I absolutely love the core of the deck, which is Cauldron of Eternity and the synergies that work around Cauldron of Eternity. So let me go through it and show you what you got. So we have some ramp, early ramp, and just like a, when you're working with, let's back up for a second. When you're working with Embodiment of Agonies, well, let me read it. Flying Death Touch Embodiment of Agonies enters the battlefield with +1/+1 counter on it for each different mana cost among non-land cards in your graveyard. And for example, 2 colorless black and colorless black are different mana costs. So you want to kind of play your cards around having different converted mana costs. You don't want, or not converted mana costs, just mana costs. So for example, in this deck would also go really, really well with, what is that knight? Where are you? Midnight Reaper. This deck would go really, really well with Midnight Reaper in this slot instead of Gorging Vulture. But actually Gorging Vulture is better than Midnight Reaper, but I don't want to put Midnight Reaper in here too because they share the same mana cost. So you kind of have to be careful about that when you're playing with an Embodiment of Agonies deck. But anyway, so let's keep going. This is the reason why we have Gilded Goose in here, because it's a 1 converted mana, or 1 mana cost creature with forest that kind of fits the spot better than anything else. It fits better than say Pelt Collector or anything like that, because it helps get us to where we want to be eventually, and fixes us for our red if we need red, that kind of stuff. Then we have a 1 of Crawl Harpooner, which is just a utility card basically, that also fills that role of having a different mana cost. Then we have Glowspore Shaman, which is key in this deck. Glowspore Shaman is amazing along with Gorging Vulture. These are our 2 kind of get stuff into the graveyard and synergies with our Embodiment of Agonies and our Cauldron of Eternity. Then we have Thrill of Possibility, which is also a good way of getting stuff out of your hand if you don't want to cast, like, for example, our Cavalier of Flame that we have up here, or our Gotleth or our Lotleth Giant. Then we have Thrill of Possibility to, you know, draw cards and throw stuff into the bin. So then, yeah, so Gorging Vulture is, if you haven't seen this card, it's pretty much Glowspore Shaman, except for it mills 1 more card, and for every creature that has been milled, you gain a life. So it helps us there too. Embodiment of Agonies, we just went over that. Rankle's great. You know, Rankle does exactly what you want him to do. He can discard cards into the graveyard and deal with problems on the board that, you know, that you wouldn't be able to deal with otherwise. Then we have our Massacre Girl, and Massacre Girl is just amazing. Some of the Massacre Girl plays that you can have are just really, really good. Get her in the graveyard, have Cauldron of Eternity out. You just have so many options of what you can do with her. Then we have Cavalier of Flame, and Cavalier of Flame is a meme addition to this deck. It is a meme addition to this deck. Yes, I have killed people with Cavalier of Flame by bringing him back from the graveyard and then sacrificing him to, say, an Izoni, to kill somebody for 10 because I had like 10 land cards in the graveyard. You do end up getting a lot of land cards in the graveyard, so Cavalier of Flame is a threat. If your opponent does not have a way of exiling it, then, you know, you can kill them that way, which is just a delicious way of killing people. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me just read you the text here. I don't even think I can. Okay, I can. So yeah, he gives the creatures haste and +1/+0, but and when it enters the battlefield, you can discard cards and draw for as many blah blah blah. You know that part. This is the part that people usually don't know too much about, and that is when it dies, it deals X damage to each opponent for each and each planeswalker they control, where X is the number of land cards in our graveyard. So if we have, you know, 10 cards in our land cards in our graveyard, which does happen, Cavalier Flame becomes a huge threat because it's big, it's beefy, and they can't kill it unless they have some sort of exile effect with their kill spell. So yeah, it's very cool when it becomes like the issue that you're dealing with. So anyway, then we have Crawl Foragers, which is another one of utility card, because Cauldron of Eternity takes life to bring things back from the graveyard. Then, you know, you're dealing with Rankle, which deals damage to you, and we have Pain Lands, which deal damage to us too. And, you know, takes a while for this deck to set up sometimes, so you're just taking damage. So Crawl Foragers is just a really good way of getting that stuff back, getting your life total back to a good spot. Then we have Underrealm Lich. This card is also amazing. So if you draw a card, instead you draw 3 cards, or you look at 3 cards and then put 2 into your graveyard and then 1 of them into your hand, because this is really good because, yes, it has good draw and helps you find your Cauldron of Eternity. But another thing is that Cauldron of Eternity, when your creatures die, they don't go into the graveyard. They go into your library. So how do you, eventually you run out of stuff in your graveyard. So you have to find ways of putting things into your graveyard. So if you have Cauldron of Eternity and you have an Underrealm Lich, then you can take like the most important thing that you need that you don't want to put in from your graveyard into your hand, and then you put the rest into your graveyard, and then you can cast that stuff with your Cauldron of Eternity. So it's a really, really good key card. Then we have Izoni, Thousand-Eyed, which is just another amazing card, because usually when Izoni comes out, you're not hard casting her, you're using the Cauldron to cast her, and at that point you have like 10 creatures in your graveyard or something, and you get 10 insects, and you can just like, oftentimes her draw mechanic doesn't even really matter. It's just the fact that you're just creating this massive army of insects and just hitting them face because they can't block all of your ridiculous insects. And then we have another one of a Lotleth Giant, because sometimes you can kill people with this. I have actually yet to do that, but in theory you should be able to do that. And that's the deck. Then we just have, some mana and mana fixing, and that's it. So let's go in and see if we can get some delicious, delicious wins. This hand is very slow. But I think we can keep it because we have 2 Gorging Vultures, which is necessary for this deck. In this deck, when you have an opening hand, you are looking for 2 things: Gorging Vultures and Glowspore Shaman. So we're going to keep it, because eventually we will draw our Cauldron of Eternity, or we hope to draw our Cauldron of Eternity. And there's a Glowspore Shaman. Beautiful, beautiful. So Glowspore Shaman turn 2, Foraging Gulcher turn 3. All right, so we just have a white weenie life gain deck, but this might also be counters here, because it's Azorius, aggro counters, that kind of stuff. Oh, goody. Got some good stuff in the bin. If we had a Embodiment of Agonies, that would be a 3/3 Death Touch for 3 right now. Fairy Miscreant. Okay, yeah, they just have like a lot of stuff. Wow, that was a lot of lands. And yeah, I'll attack. There's basically no way that we're going to be able to do anything other than attack with Glowspore Shaman, and we want it to die anyway so that we can just put it in the graveyard. Hopefully that wasn't like, oof. Hopefully that wasn't just like all of our lands. Massacre Girl. Yeah, unfortunately we did kind of bin 4 of our lands, which sucks. All right. So at this point, things are looking a little grim because we didn't get the land that we needed. If we did get a land, then things would have been way better because we could have rankled. But at this point, it might be just too far gone. Okay. So, no blocks. Yeah, that's too bad. That's too bad. They were too fast and we missed land drops. If we did get a land drop, like I said, we would have been all right because we would have had a Rankle and then we could have had a Massacre Girl. So that wasn't really our fault. That wasn't fully our fault. All right. Not ideal. Not ideal. But we do have a Thrilla possibility. We can toss an Izoni out so that we can draw the more ideal stuff. So I think we could keep. Glowspore Shaman is a good draw. If we draw a green, that would be even better. Alright, so mono black lifelink. Interesting. So we're just going to Thrill of Possibility here, tossing Izoni out. A Duress. They're going to take the Cauldron, probably. Because that's all they can take. So I suppose that's alright. We're going to put Izoni out. Ooh, we got 2 lands. That's good. So they're probably gonna, I mean, they can only take the Cauldron of Eternity. That's all that they can take. And that's fine. So we'll just have to redraw it at some point. Yep. But our Embodiment of Agonies is now not so badly in the way here. In the way of things here. So we're gonna pay 2 for this, I guess. And Glowspore Shaman? Okay. So now our Embodiment of Agonies are 6 6s. It's not bad. Could be worse. Okay. So that Bloodthirsty Aerialist would be big, but not a big deal. Alright. If they have some sort of removal for it, then they have removal for it. Like Epic Downfall, Spark Harvest. Okay. All right, we got another one. All right, maybe we want to Underrealm Lich at this point. Nah, I think we're just going to Glowspore Shaman and Embodiment of Agonies again. Here's our Masca girl. No, I don't think we need that. Thirsting for blood. Thirsting Bloodlord. Alright, definitely. No, I don't think we will attack. We're gonna bring out an Underrealm Lich. I don't want to get too low here. If he's got a removal spell, that does suck. Other vampires, sure. Okay. Alright, Rankle. I guess... Do we want to Rankle and get him for 7? Nah, we gotta wait. We're gonna wait on this. We're just gonna wait for now. Okay. Another Embodiment of Agonies, sure. So see, we're getting a lot of lands in the graveyard now. So as soon as we get our Cauldron of Eternity, things are gonna be beautiful here. So we're gonna attack. Probably gonna take it. Yeah, that's what I would do anyway. And we'll bring out another Embodiment of Agonies. I think I would be okay with a Massacre Girl too. At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent lost life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay, interesting. Savage Gorger. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. All right. Another Rankle. That's not what I want. None of this is what I want, but I guess we can make food. He's gonna block with his Gorger. That's fine. Is he gonna give it Death Touch? Oh, he's gonna double block. Okay. I'm okay with that. Now he doesn't have anybody in the sky, so we can rankle next turn. Honk, honk. I love the new animation for the goose. It's beautiful. Very excited for Theros coming out. Knight of the Ebon Legion. You got it. And a vampire. You got that too. I'm cool. Where's your Liliana? I'm waiting for Liliana. My turn. Aha! I don't think we can cast it, hard cast this though, right? Get rid of that, get rid of that. Yeah, we can't hard cast this yet. Which is really unfortunate. So I guess we'll... God, I don't know. I guess we'll just put both of them in the bin. Honestly. Honestly. And get in for 10. Probably not doing too much, honestly. Honestly. We're not going to do anything because we don't want him gaining any more cards, or her gaining any more cards, right? Even if we had them sacrifice a creature. Oh, okay. All in? Sure. So we'll block here. We'll block here. And we have to block here, right? We're gonna lose our Underrealm Lich. But they are dead next turn, right? Hold on. We have to, hold on. Maybe we should block here. No, we do have to block this on this Knight of Ebon Legion. We're gonna take 7. Yeah. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's okay. We are going to lose our Underrealm Lich, which sucks. But if they don't have an answer to either a Rankle or Embodiment of Agonies, then they are just dead. And they are mono black, so I can't see a reason why they wouldn't. Okay, they didn't. Interesting. So we beat the Vampires deck. Congratulations. Alright, what do we got? This is pretty good. Gorging Vultures, Embodiment of Agonies. It's a little slow, but I think that's alright. So we're just gonna Fabled Passage first here against Nicole. Steamed Events, okay. Ooh, this could be a number of things that are scary for us. Most likely counterspells though, and like the last game, we are very, very weak against counterspells. Alright, I'm gonna get our red just in case. Just in case we get something like Thrill of Possibility. Okay, so Jeskai. Oh boy. Yeah. This is most likely Jeskai control of some sort. Not super happy about that. That is our biggest weakness. Alright. Vantress Gargoyle. Okay. Strong against us. Currently cannot attack or block though, but will next turn. We can Mask Our Girl at some point. Thrill of Possibility. Interesting. I think we're just gonna Gorging Vulture again though. Okay. So next turn, we'll Embodiment of Agonies. If we get a land, then we can Embodiment of Agonies and Thrill Possibility. Senate Griffin. Interesting. This is a very interesting deck. Flying Jeskai Flyers. Sure. Okay. I am super okay with double blocking you. Just so that you know. So that puts more things into our graveyard. Alright, we did not get another land, which makes me a wee bit sad. I could have Thrilled of Possibility and then tried to get another land through that way. And then also Embodiment of Agonies. But we can try that next turn if we don't get a land. Didn't want to risk that, because if we did Thrill of Possibility and get a land, then we wouldn't have been able to do anything. I've been a little bit of dead in the water. Flopping around like a fish. Okay. You know, you don't have to do that right away. You can do it at the end of your turn or whatever. Okay, so we didn't get a land. I am going to try it this turn, though. I'm going to try it this time. Bam. So we're going to Thrill, drop in Gorging Vulture. I know that doesn't help our Embodiment of Agonies, but I don't want to drop our Massacre Girl. Okay, that's good. So I think we're going to Gorging Vulture here. Just another Embodiment of Agonies. Okay. Then we can Crawl Harpooner. Anything. Senate Griffin, probably. Maybe Spectral Sailor, actually. Because I'm not too worried about Senate Griffin, but Spectral Sailor can do this, which I don't want. Oh, God, that sound. All right. Come on, guy. What do you got? You got a shock? You want to attack? You are going to attack. You do know that, like, I don't care about losing my creatures, right? That's kind of the point of this deck. To, like, lose creatures. No more drawing cards for you. Bam. Take 12. And we'll attack. I'm a little bit worried about sweeps. Just a little, because Jeskai is like a sweep heavy control situation here. I think I'm just going to keep all of this, honestly. We don't need to put any more out. They have a lot of land. They could sweep. Oh, Drakaseth. Okay. Sure. I think we're just going to attack with our embodiment. See if they want to block that. They don't. So 4 damage and then 3 damage to 2 other targets. So he can't kill either of my Embodiment of Agonies with this. Unless they have some other sort of damage on top of that. Which they could. They could very well have that. This is just like flyers. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. You got it, Broseph. You got it. I suppose I should have closed Spore Shaman first. Do I even want to do that, though? We really want our cauldrons. So we're just gonna sit. We're gonna sit and wait for them. We could also hard draw an Izoni, which would be fine. But we would need another land on top of that. So we could hard draw a Izoni, then Glowspore Shaman to get our other land if we haven't got one since then. And this might be worthy Massacre Girl board now, maybe. Gilded Goose. Alright. Let's see what you got. We're top decking here. Sort of. I have a Massacre Girl on the board. Warden of Evos Isle. Okay. That was not a bad draw. I suppose I should have put down a Gilded Goose first so that I could have them sacrifice creatures. No, we're not going to do anything. We're done. How did you get in? Isn't my door locked? I thought I closed the door here. Okay, Aurelia? Sure. Still not going to do too much here. Because you have to double block my Massacre Girl. In order to... Okay. Okay, kitten. Say hello. This is Pangerbon. But she's usually my buddy. But since I am sitting on a medicine ball right now, she can't really sit on my lap. It's very difficult for her to sit on my lap while I'm sitting on a medicine ball. Yeah, it like literally does not matter. Yeah. Let me get her out of here. I'll be right back. I mean, yeah. Why the heck not? Yeah, we'll keep it. What's the best thing to do here? I guess turn one goose? Oh boy. Turn one goose? Oh man, they got it. They got the dream right away. Sure. Yeah. Close Burst Shaman. There's a Cauldron. Do we want a forest? Nope. No, we don't. Goblin Gathering. Okay. This is a cool Cavalcade deck. It's not your usual. It's a little spicy. Got a little spice to it. I think we're gonna rankle in there real hard though. Okay. Or, you know, you can sacrifice your best creature in this deck. I'm also 100% okay with that. We Gucci. We Gucci. Yeah, and we're also definitely rankling up here. Getting in. Sacrifice creature, discard a card. No drawing. I guess we'll get rid of our goose. Actually, maybe we did want to keep our goose for the life gain, potentially. The life gain of the foodie life gain. Wow. They put Chandra's Spitfire in the bin, which means they have another one. Okay, or not. Or they just really wanted to kill Rankle. Okay. Alright. So now we're definitely on a top deck war here. Ugh, and that's not good. Alright, we're gonna Gilded Passage just so that we can, we'll get our red mana source to thin our deck out a little bit. Provide a blocker. And hopefully get us a Cauldron or something. Oh, another Gathering. Oof, that's not good. Embodiment isn't bad though. No attacks. So we're gonna be taking 6. Ouch. Crawl Foragers is definitely gonna come up here. Come up big. So we'll mostly anything, honestly. We just really need... Yeah. Really need to gain some life here. Thrill of Possibility, sure. Vulture, which we can cast. Good. Come on, big money. Okay, we gained 2. That's very significant, actually. Okay, great. And we can hard cast Zoni. Excellent. So I guess we'll get... I don't know, it doesn't really matter. We'll get another black. It don't really matter. Whew, I think we might have gotten over these guys. We might have gotten over them. Just quick. Just barely. But we got there. The life gain from the Gorging Vulture was big. Oh boy. Oh no! They drew the one thing that would save them. Oh, mamma mia. That sucked. That sucked. Well, good for you. Good on you, guy, for drawing the one thing that you really needed in order to beat us. I suppose any direct damage that was 3 or more, like a Skewer the Critics, would have worked too, but... no, yeah, Skewer the Critics would have worked. Bah. Bah humbug, I say. Okay. I think we can keep this. Crawl Harpooner to deal with early flyer aggression. And Gorging Vulture to feed our Cauldron of Eternity. We actually have it in our hand this turn, which is great. Please don't duress us. Okay. Okay. So this guy's just a blocker at the moment. Okay. So we've got vampires here. All right, one thing in the bin. Attack for 3. You want to block? No, I didn't think so. I did not think so. Crawlfire Forge is going to be good here, I think. This looks to be a little aggro-y. Sorin's Thirst, sure. Puts another creature in the bin. Okay, Lotleth Giant. Guess we'll just not do anything. We'll wait. Because we can't actually do anything, and we want to put more creatures in the graveyard, so... we need to either draw land or something that we can draw. Glowspore Shaman would be beautiful. If we could draw a Glowspore Shaman, I'd be very happy. Yeah. You can spend a whole entire turn killing my Gorging Vulture. You got it. There's another Masker Girl. That's not good. This is not what we want. All of our expensive stuff. No bueno. This is no bueno. Ill-gotten inheritance. Very interesting. I probably wouldn't have done that if I was them. I would have just attacked with a knight and grown it, but whatever. There we go. There's our Glowspore Shaman. If we're lucky, we can cast our Cauldron of Eternity too, but we can't. Okay, so we're gonna... Fabled Passage, I think? And we can... We'll just Cauldron of Eternity. I don't see any reason not to. Lots of ill-gotten inheritances here. So I think we're gonna get another green source here. And... I think we'll just Cauldron of Eternity, honestly. Honestly, we want to get in. We could get in for 3. What do we have in our graveyard that we want to bring out? Izoni. Yeah, we're gonna get in. They're probably not gonna block, and we're gonna Masker Girl. Because this does 2 things. It makes our Cauldron of Eternity cheaper and gets rid of their knight before it gets out of hand. And puts, actually, does 3 things. It also puts a 4/4 on a board on our side, which is good. Which is good. I'm not too worried about things getting out of hand because we do have Crawl Forgers. And I think I'm just going to get an Azoni out of the graveyard here. An Embodiment of Agonies. Actually, I think that's perfectly acceptable. We can Embodiment of Agonies and Cauldron. Can we do both? Do we have the mana for that? We do. We do. And it would be rather mana efficient, so I think I'm going to do that. So they're gaining 2, we're losing 2, but it's not a big deal because we do have Crawl Forgers and we have plenty of stuff at our disposal at this point. And we have 10 power on the board and they don't have anything. But they are playing Kaya's Wrathcallers, so they could easily Kaya's Wrath us. So yeah. I don't think we can kill them though. Yeah, here's Kaya's Wrath. Sure. So let's see what we draw. I think we are going to have to Azoni here. Johnny's Pridemate. Interesting. So we're going to be taking 2 each turn. I don't really care about a Johnny's because we can easily block it with our little dudes and then put down another Massacre Girl, especially if they kill our Azoni. We could definitely do with a Underrealm Lich at this point. Or another Embodiment of Agonies, which we do have, right? Which would be a, what would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4? Be a 4/4? Sure. We can also just Crawl Harpooner to kill that. And they're not going to want to Kaya's this board. And they're not even attacking. Okay. Gilded Goose, Gorging Vulture. It's actually pretty good. We could wipe the board. I don't want to do that though. That was good. That was pretty good. Do I want a Gilded Goose? I don't think I do, right? I don't think I do, because I actually am going to want a Massacre Girl next turn, I think, because of our... Actually, I need to kill this. So let's do that. Take that action. Blam. That's fine. Massacre Girl next turn, I think. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Yeah. Massacre Girl's fine. We can gain 6, we can deal 6. We do have options available to us. Okay. So yeah, I think so, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're gonna deal 3 damage to us? 2 damage. 3 damage. I think that's acceptable. Okay. And we're gonna get some life here. Good. All right, I think we're in a pretty good spot here. We're gonna have to start dealing damage to them eventually. Ah, pacifism. Okay. Sure. Sure, man, whatever. I think we want to gain this life first. We're getting kind of in dangerous life territory. So let's Fabled Passage. We'll get another forest. And we'll crawl Harpooners, leaving up enough mana to Gilded Goose. Or to crack this food, I guess. Or we can actually still bring something back from the graveyard. Maybe another Izoni. I think that's perfectly acceptable. No attacks. All right. So they are at 30, but we should be able to bring them down fairly easy if they don't have another Kaya's Wrath. We'll be attacking them for quite a few. Where's Zav's Locket? Right. We just need to hope that they don't draw a Wrath. That is the dream. Okay. Thrill of Possibility. Not bad. So let's attack with everything but the Goose. We'll sacrifice that little bug to draw a card. Gorging Vulture. That's good. Let's hope that we get some creatures here. We did. We got 3. That's pretty sweet. I think we're going to Cauldron of Eternity. Another Gorging Vulture. Nah. An Embodiment? Because, let's see, we're attacking them for 4, 8, 9, 10, 15. Oh, no. Revenge of the Ravens. Okay. Okay, so okay. Here we go. This is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna Cavalier Flame, drop Cavalier Flame. And I think we're going to Cauldron of Eternity, our Cavalier Flame. Probably should have dropped everything. And then we can sacrifice the Cavalier of Flame, right? We can deal 5 damage in the sky, 4 damage in the sky. Right, we're not at risk of dying just yet, right? 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. I think this is what we want to do here, right? We are going to have to gain life here, which we can with our food. I don't think they can do it twice. Okay. Yeah? Okay. So... let's attack. We can't do Cauldron of Eternity again. I think we just want to sacrifice our Cavalier. I don't think I want to deal with attacking. Not at the moment. What's the correct thing to do here? We want to make sure that we keep up 4 mana. right? To gain life. To gain 3 life with food. And we're gaining life with Zoni, too. Okay. We do have the mana to do this, right? And now they've sacrificed their ill-gotten inheritances. To us. Which is great. Okay. 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 So we can attack with one thing every turn. And I think I'm going to make that a rankle. Mm-hmm. To discard a card. And I'll discard, it really doesn't matter, another land. Okay. And we'll bring out an Underrealm Lich. Oh, actually, that was a bad idea. That was a mistake. If they have any way of dealing damage directly to us, we can't save ourselves now. Okay. Whew. Oh, wait, but we still can't, well... We still can't save ourselves. Really. Because they got rid of our goose. Alright, there's our goose. Thank goodness. And we'll Embodiment of Agonies, I suppose. Nah. We're just gonna... We'll just attack. Let's attack for 1. 5, rather. This thing, the Revenge of Ravens, man. Saving this guy so hard. We're definitely in a thrill here. Dropping a Cauldron. I don't think we don't need 2 of them. Okay, sure. And another Izoni. Oh, wait a minute. How many cards do we have left in our... We have 7. Okay. So we're actually gonna want to sacrifice this guy. We want a Cavalier. We're not getting it. Alright, so we're just gonna attack here and here. No, here. Yep. Okay. Alright. Hopefully no Kaya's Wrath or whatever. I suppose it doesn't truly matter. Kaya's Wrath would actually help us because it would put creatures in a graveyard or in our deck. Okay. That was a stressful game. That was a stressful game, but we did get there. God, Revenge of the Ravens. Holy crap, dude. That card. It is strong against the memes. Hey, guys. Ooh, this is an awful hand. Absolutely terrible. This one is better. This one is better. Oh, but I guess the Lich goes under, unfortunately. Lich is good, but not as good as a Cauldron of Eternity in our hand. Okay. That's pretty good. We'll make a Forest out of that, and then we can Glowspore Shaman next turn, and then the turn after that, Embodiment of Agonies, and hopefully we have something good. Okay. You didn't have to do that right away, but that's okay. All right. Pretty good. That's pretty good. Do we want to bring another one back? Sure. Because we're going to be Embodiment of Agonies. Embodiment of Agonies next turn. Are we going to, actually? I'm not sure if we want to do that. Questing Beast. Okay. Yeah, we do want to do this. Because we want our Embodiment of Agonies to be over 3. So that it can block that. Definitely want to be able to block that. Oh, Wicked Wolf. Dang it. Sure. But we got another one, which is good. I think I'm going to do that over a Rankle. I think we're going to get our red mana here, just in case. And then we can cast our Cauldron of Eternity to get our stuff back, if we do so desire. Okay. You got it. You got it, boss. That was good. Good draws. Good draws, my friend. So now we get another black, I guess. Because we can Cauldron and then cast Cauldron on a Cavalier of Flame, I guess. Yeah. No? Do we want the Cavalier of Flame or do we want another embodiment? Or maybe an Underrealm, which actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Next. End turn. What say you to that, friend? Sure. You got it. You want to attack? You do. Okie doke. Block. Yep. My turn. All right. I guess a Gilded Goose for the life gain. And a Master of Pranks. I guess discard a card. And sacrificing a creature? Nah. We can sacrifice a creature once a Gilded Goose gets out, but I would like to gain some life with this. At least a little bit. Because we are getting a little low. I don't want to see it. Would like our Crawl Harpooners would be good at the moment. Because we're going to be taking 2 every time we use the Cauldron of Eternity. Ah, okay, alright. We controlled them strongly enough. Very good. That one felt good. Embodiments of Eternity doing work on that one. But beating the double questing beast is pretty impressive. Sure. We can keep this. Gorging Vulture on turn 2, rather. Turn 2. We'll see what we get in the graveyard. Alright. Not the strongest turn 2 play, but better than nothing, right? Better than nothing. Leafkin Druid, sure. Alright, Stomping Ground. So we're going to attack for 2. We'll put down a tapped land, end the turn. Next turn, we'll make a food with the goose. Ah, so we've got ourselves Simic Elementals. And then we can Underrealm Lich there. And hopefully get our Cauldron out. Well, that is a lot of land, isn't it? So we'll just attack for 2. Yep. Underrealm Lich. Auto pay. Alright, hopefully I don't have a way of dealing with this. Another Risen Reef, sure. You got it. All the lands, all of it. Or all the cards. One or the other. Both. Why not both? Pass. Alright. So, Massacre Girl. That would kill everything, including my Lich. So I don't really want Massacre Girl right now. But I'll take her. I think I'll take her. So we'll attack for 2. Actually, we'll attack with everything. Pressure them as much as we can. And then next turn, we'll Izoni. They do have a lot of cards in their hand. Sure. We might actually just want a Massacre Girl to get rid of this. I mean, they've already... maybe not. They've already reaped the benefits of it, really. If they can do something to kill us, they will be able to do so. Okay. We just want that sweet, sweet Cauldron of Eternity. Embodiment of Agonies. Yeah, I think so. It's a 4/4. Let's attack. Unsummon. Sure. Okay. So, do we want to recast Underrealm Lich? I think we do. We're just going to drop that and recast Underrealm Lich. It's fine. We could have actually just Massacre Girled and killed all the Risen Reaps, but now they have this many. I think that's also fine. Alright, my turn. Thrill of Possibility, Gorging Vulture. I think I might Gorging Vulture. Maybe Thrill? Nah. Yeah, actually, I will take Thrill. I will take Thrill. Okay, this is good. So now we are definitely gonna Massacre Girl. No attacks. All right, so now we'll see what they have in their hand. I don't really mind them unsummoning our stuff. It's fine. I think we're just gonna Izoni this turn, because that will give us 9 dudes. And who knows, maybe they can unsummon all of them with tears or whatever, but Hydroid Krasis, sure. That's fine. So we'll get another black mana source, I think. Attack in for 4. And Izoni. See what they do to this. They're probably going to want to kill her. But that would bring our Embodiment of Agonies up to 6. To be a 6/6. And they could steal 2 things. They could steal 2 things. And I would be very surprised if they didn't have a mass manipulation in this deck. Because this is basically mass manipulation. Another Hydroid Krasis, yeah, sure. Sure, man. Whatever you want. All right. So I think we're going to thrill. Dropping Cavalier and hope that we get a Cauldron, but we did not. We did not get a Cauldron. So let's just attack with all of our guys. Actually, I'll attack with a Massacre Girl too. Because if he wants to double block, he can double block. Yeah, can't do that. Right. Okay. Still good. And we'll pop it. Wrinkle. Okay. Not the best in the world here, but we're just going to bring out Embodiment of Agonies. 7/7, big fat beefy boy with death touch. So can get rid of both Hydroid Craci. Stone Coil Serpent, sure. All right. So I think we are actually going to bring out Wrinkle. And just attack with everything. And pop the things that we aren't, that they're not blocking with. Sure. So we'll have sacrifice you. And sacrifice you. Okay. Well, we did get there. We did get there eventually. Give our final analysis here. So I really do love this deck. This deck is super fun when it works. It is difficult to make it work. And like I said before, the original version of this deck that was made by one of my fans, or one of my viewers, had blue in it because it had Emery. It had Emery in it. So if we take a look at Emery, right? And I can understand why this card was in here, but it was basically the only reason why they were running blue. They had Tamiyo in there as well, and Tamiyo was too slow. It was too... as I played the deck, Tamiyo seemed like a weak point, right? Yes, it will help you get the Cauldron of Eternity. Yes, she will help you fill up the graveyard, but she does not protect herself. And if you don't have something early on to block or whatnot, then there was no way that you could kind of, you'd be spending a turn in order to get her on the board, and then she potentially wouldn't do anything for you. But as for getting the Cauldron of Eternity, it's very difficult if you, having Emery in there helps get Cauldron out of the graveyard, which is strong. So perhaps you could put her in here instead of the Cavalier of Flame thing that we have going on here, like Thrill of Possibility, Cavalier of Flame. This was more like the Meme Dream. I originally did have this just Golgari colors, which I feel like is more consistent. So I would say if you're a fan of this deck and this kind of strategy, it is fun. But if you wanted to make it a little bit more competitive, then probably just make it Golgari, and you would be fine. I mean, yeah. I've played a lot of both the original deck and this one because I really like the strategy. It's really, really fun when it does pop off, but it doesn't pop off very much. So it is definitely a jank. It is definitely janky, but it is fun jank. So I would suggest, if you did enjoy watching me play this game, this deck, to make it on your own and give it a shot and have some fun with it. So anyway, I hope you did enjoy watching me play this deck. I definitely enjoyed playing it for you. And once again, if you did enjoy, then support by hitting all the stuff down there. And I will see you next time. Ciao.